Hey free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. So I know what you must be thinking. There is no way that Daddy Free-to-Play could have done so many runs and spent so many crystals. But the answer is actually, it is true. I am not lying about all of this. And I will show you the statistics in just a bit. Now, if you guys have been following me for the longest time, you would know that my channel is really all about numbers. So even sometimes when I talk about just a basic Esper details and all that, there is a lot that goes behind the scenes in order for me to calculate like just how powerful an Esper can potentially be. So I don't always just think that, okay, this Esper looks good, therefore he must be good. But I digress. So for this video, I'm going to show you the statistics of all my 6,000 runs that I've done thus far. But do take note that this is possibly not even 50% of all the runs that I've done in my life. I just don't always have the time to record all of my runs. So some of you guys were wondering, how do I get certain relics? How do I get so many good relics? This is the result of a lot of farming. Hey, so a lot of effort went into making this video possible. So if you find that the information here is slightly helpful to you, do consider subscribing, as subscribing is free and you can always change your mind. Alright, now behold your eyes. These are all my recorded runs. So on the left, we have the Chronos 10 and on the right, we have the APEP 10. So I've done so many runs. And obviously, I mean, if you have watched my previous video, you will understand how this works. So basically, I count the number of times that I did in one run. So most of the time, it's going to be a multi. That's why you see like 10s. Sometimes I run out of energy. That's why you see 7s. But most of the time it's just going to be 10 because I complete the whole run. I do fail like as and when, definitely. It is never always going to be 100%. Yeah, and sometimes I just maybe I just do it like a bit, like I just do a few and then I give up afterwards. But yeah, so these are the statistics. So as you can see at the top now, you should be able to see everything over here. So for Chronos 10, I have done, or at least I have recorded 3,000 runs. It's definitely much more than this by this time. And as you can see, every 1.5 runs, we should be able to get a 6-star relic. And every single run, we are expected to get at least one 5-star relic. And of course, every 2.2 runs, you would expect to get one 4-star relic. So actually the drop rate for 5-star relics and 6-star relics is incredibly high for the 10th difficulty. But we need to confirm whether Chronos works the same as APEC, which is what we're going to look at next. But over here, there is something very interesting for you guys. So on average, you should expect to get one gold record every 200 runs. I've talked about this before. So gold records are incredibly hard to come by. So it's actually not 0.01, I think it should be 0.05. So I think if I increase the decimal places, yep, there you go, 0.05. So that is the exact rate. Right, so it's extremely rare for you to find gold records, but it's still a way for you to farm gold records, okay? So this is still a farmable way. And given that you can do a full refill for about 100 runs every single day, plus minus like some extra stamina packs that you get along the way by doing your dailies, by buying it from the friend shop, blah blah blah, you should at least expect to get one gold record every other day if you are refilling to the fullest. But of course, not everyone has that kind of crystal to spare. And I know I'm going to get a lot of questions regarding like, are you sure you're free to play? So I've talked about this before, I am not free to play. I need to spend in order to make content. So I actually spent all of that just to make this for you. So then sometimes, you know, some of the runs you do get Nexus crystals back, which is like I've gotten a total of 258 from 3,000 runs, which basically means that the amount of Nexus crystals that you get per run as a return is like 0.086, which is really nothing, right? It's really not much. And here you go. So these are the other statistics, which is basically the total number of crystals that I have used for my refills. Basically, 10 Nexus crystals equates to one single run. And of course, by doing more runs, you sometimes get like gold records and you get back like some crystal rewards. So I have actually recovered in total of value, right? 3,258 Nexus crystals worth of drops. So then these Nexus crystals that you recover as part of doing the run should definitely go back into the cost, sort of like revenue minus cost equals profit. So generally speaking, the profit is something that looks like this. So I don't know why this is like so light, but I'm just going to change it to make it a little bit more visible. Alright, and there you go. Okay, so effective runs per refill is basically like every single refill, how many runs can you naturally get back from one single refill. So generally, when I talk about this, obviously the number of runs per refill is going to be 10. So whenever you refill 90 stamina, you're going to be able to do a 10 run because each run costs 9 stamina. But if you take into consideration like the Nexus crystals return, like let's say if you had the opportunity to sell the gold records that you found for 200 Nexus crystals, you could effectively do 11.2 runs per refill, which also directly translates into 8 stamina costs per run. So it's no longer like valued at 9 stamina costs per run. That is if you can sell your gold records, for example. Right, so the numbers look good, and I think it's incredibly worth it to be farming Chronos 10. I do not know the actual numbers for Chronos 9. I'm not gonna go to Chronos 9 and do like a whole bunch of Chronos 9 just to calculate this, when honestly most players can hit Chronos 10 in like maybe at least 3 to 4 weeks. Or if you do have a Lin Xiao, you can probably hit Chronos on the second day. But this has been discussed before. Let's take a look at something that was not discussed before, and that is APEP. So what you notice is that the rates are generally very similar, except for one of them, which I think could be just dumb luck. Okay, I think this could be due to dumb luck. So basically everything looks exactly the same. And when I say exactly the same, here is 1.4, and here is 1.5, here is 0.9, and here is also 0.9, 2.2 and 2.2, but the main difference is going to be the gold record. So that's why I say this could be dumb luck. So basically I only put 12 gold records in 3,000 runs, which is 250 runs required on average for you to get one gold record. I don't think that the numbers should be different because they're kind of like the same content, right? They're both ritual miracles on the 10th difficulty. I don't think they're going to nerf the gold records drop on APEP, but then again, I cannot be too sure because 3,000 runs is a lot. But of course, granted that it's not enough to tally the total gold records, but honestly, statistically, I should be doing 30 times of whatever this number is in order to prove that this is the correct number. So essentially, I'm supposed to do 7,500 runs in order to confirm that it drops every 250 runs. But I don't think I'm crazy enough to continue this onwards. I just want to grind in peace right now. So yeah, generally the results are kind of the same, right? Even the Nexus crystals return over here, it's also kind of the same. It's really identical in my opinion. And of course, due to the lack of gold records that we got as a return, unfortunately our results here are going to be slightly different, which can be a little bit saddening. So it might look like Chronos is slightly better to do, but in my opinion, I think this is just down to dumb luck. But I can guarantee at least that these are the correct numbers, like these are the actual drop rates. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, it is basically just numbers and all that, so it's not exactly very interesting for most of you guys, but hopefully for the rest of you who found this helpful, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, it really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content because I upload every single day. And this has been Daddy Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.